Good morning, everyone. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options and your morning market prep video for June 26, 2017. Well, this is our last week of June, and we have to recognize that as June winds down, there could be a little bit of what they call window dressing. Window dressing can come in toward the end of a quarter, where they try to pump up the market a little bit, make it look better than it may actually be, trying to for those big funds so they can put out good numbers for the month. If we look at the overall market, this pullback was steady. Nothing nothing really ugly about it. It did break the trend, but this pop up this morning that we're suggesting that we're going to get would be pretty bullish off of that move. So we had some signals at the close of Friday. We suddenly got at the end of the day, if I go to a short-term chart here, we had this really quick bullish reaction at the end of the day, the last 30 minutes. And that kind of gave us some clues that we might see this kind of move today. But I want to also issue a little caution. This is also exactly the perfect setup for a gap up all morning that could be sold into. So be very, very careful up here. We don't want to get caught in a whipsaw. Gap up, what they call a pop and drop. We are still underneath resistance, and that is very important to note as we move forward toward this open. Right now, futures are suggesting a 70-point gap up in the Dow. Now, we still have some news to come out today. This morning, we are expecting the durable goods report at 8:30 Eastern, and then after that on the economic calendar there really isn't much to worry about, but that durable goods report, they are expecting a lower number today, so watch that carefully. That could soften these that futures push up fairly quickly if that number comes in as a surprise, or if it's just not as good as they were expecting in that decline. That could be a problem. If it comes in way better than expected, it could pump the market even higher. So be careful there. On the earnings calendar, we have 14 companies reporting today. None of them would be the big newsy type companies that you'd expect could move the market around. Now let's keep in mind, as we wind down this week, we're kind of moving toward the end of that second quarter, and we will be right back into the heavy earnings reporting period real quickly as third quarter begins. So stay vigilant on checking earnings reports. Let's take a look at the SPY. Now the SPY, here's the thing I want everyone to recognize this morning. The SPY is gapping up this morning, okay? But let's keep in mind, in that gap up, we are gapping up on the 17th day in a 3-point price range. If we measure from this high here to this low here, we're essentially 3 points. And this gap up this morning only gaps us right into the resistance zone of this chop. So the reason I want to point that out is I want to point out the importance of not chasing. Chasing into this trade would be a really bad idea. Getting all emotional about the morning pump up and everything would be a bad idea, because it could be we open, we pop right up into this resistance area, and then we find sellers. Now, I don't want to predict that. I just want to issue caution. And all we have to do is wait a little while. If we give the market 15, 20, 30 minutes after the open, and we get those clues that real buyers are stepping in, that real buyers are buying up this market at these price levels, then we can jump in. But there's no reason, there's no reason at all to chase a market that will just now be 17 days within the same range. Okay, so keep that in mind and keep that in focus when you see this market open. And I know that it inspires a lot of emotion, but remember, discipline is the most important thing when it comes to trading. If you cannot maintain your discipline, you are always going to be subject to emotional trading, and that's going to cost you a lot of money. So be very, very careful there. Discipline to stay within your plan, discipline to see what's actually happening in price action. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM did a really good job holding up on Friday. Just a really good job pushing up here and testing this resistance level. Now this morning, it's showing the signs of breaking out. Small gap up. Not near as big as we're seeing in the diamonds and the SPY. So watch this closely. As I look at this right now, it's hard to see anything other than a downtrend. Okay? If we get a failure signal up here, we gap up and show failure here, IWM could be the first clue of trouble. If it does hold up here, that will be a positive thing. If we stay above this area, hold this support area, show some strength, it will be positive. You can see we tried it here and failed. Another shot, try and hold, could be a good sign for us. So we're kind of in that time or in that place where it could go either direction, and we have to be very cautious and careful when we look at that. Last but not least is the Qs. Qs did a really good job of maintaining itself on Friday, putting in a bullish engulfing candle here. But let's keep in mind that we are right in the middle of this chop zone area. This gap up this morning puts us to the upper side of that resistance area. The place where we had this big ugly move, and I don't think there's been anything substantial that's changed to negate that candle right there. So a gap up into here, leaving a gap behind right at resistance, would be something I would be very, very cautious of, because that is exactly the place where we could see the bear step back in. Okay? I'm not suggesting that is going to occur. I'm just suggesting be careful. You don't want to chase a market like this, because if we fail here, it's just going to produce some bad results for your account. Okay. Now there's some great signals out there, and a couple that I am really watching closely. Wynn, W-Y-N-N. Wynn Casinos, really nice consolidation pattern here with a bullish engulfing here on Friday. If this were to pop out of this box, this could be a very positive trade. Notice how beautiful this trend has been. We just want to stay with the trend. And another is BSX, and I know there's a lot of RWO members still in BSX. BSX, nice hammer pattern here on Friday, pushing up, and now we'll have to wait and see if we can get some follow through this morning. If we do happen to get some follow through, this looks like more upside here on BSX. Okay, so everyone, be a little careful, be a little cautious, make sure you're patient and wait for those buy signals to occur. Do not chase into this market, because we don't want to get caught in a pop and drop. Okay, we want to actually wait until we see those real buyers stepping in. All right, everyone, have a great day. I will, Right Way Options will be at regular time today. Everyone, take care. If this is the first time you've seen this information, please do me a favor. Click on that subscribe button for YouTube and that follow button for Facebook, and so that you can be notified as soon as this information gets put out every single market day. Everyone, have a great day, and I will talk to you all soon.